All right, welcome everybody. Here's what I want to do on today's session, and of course, it's always open to whatever you need help with. But I've had several different folks come to me recently with a scenario like this to some degree. I'm broken, struggling. I'm not sure what to do. Right? They've had deals falling apart, this, that, the other thing. Things just aren't going well for one reason or another. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna outline sort of a plan, and I'm open to any feedback, stuff I'm forgetting, stuff that maybe shouldn't be included. I'm just gonna show you what I would do off the top of my head if I were in this situation. At least what I think I would do, and then we can brainstorm on what to add, take out, whatever. So the first thing is take inventory of your assets. Okay? Take inventory of your current assets. Now, I'm going to specifically use the scenario of a fellow I was talking to earlier today, and use him in this scenario. So in this case, this fella has he has a fan page with 1,800 fans. B, a buyer list foreclosures of 140. C, he's got a blog. He's got the Empower Network viral blogging system, which he doesn't have it set up yet, but he's got access to it. Okay. Needs to set it up and optimize, customize, optimize, whatever you want to say. D, obviously he's got some past clients. This is someone who has in the past been a pretty high performer. Past clients. E, he's got a he's got a Facebook profile. All right. What else? He's obviously got some. This isn't necessarily a tangible asset, but he has past success. He is willing, able to take action, and somewhat comfortable with technology. Okay. So here's the first couple things that I would do. So tasks. 1, optimize blog. Okay. Banners pointing to lead capture, etc. Right? That's probably going to take, let's say 1 to 2 hours. 2, optimize fan page. Based upon last Wednesday's strategy session. What was last Wednesday? 11/6/13, I think. Can anybody hear me? We've got no questions or anything. I hope I'm not just talking to myself. Hello? Okay, good. All right, good. All right. One thing I don't know here is in this particular scenario, I didn't ask him if he has like any. I'm gonna put G here, question mark. Any company assets, meaning like CRM or website. Not a huge deal per se, but would be good to know. Optimize fan page. I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's it for like the one-time tasks. And then daily/weekly action plan. Now, before I get to that, a question to ask is this. Can I get paid commission for placing tenants? Okay. In some markets, this is an opportunity. In some markets, it's not. And the reason I'm asking this question is this is someone, and I've had several people who need money fast, right? They need money fast. And the fastest way I know as a real estate agent to get paid is by getting paid a commission for finding and placing tenants for vacant property. However, it's not an opportunity for everyone in every market, right? In this particular scenario, it's not an opportunity. He was trying to figure out how he might make it an opportunity because it's actually it's an opportunity in his market, but his brokerage, I guess, isn't licensed to do it for whatever reason. The scenario I'm running is a fella in Canada, and I guess, I don't know, maybe there's some different things in Canada with respect to that. Daily, weekly action plan. Number 1, post ads on Craigslist. Okay? Now, I am saying this knowing full well that Craigslist just changed everything and made it harder, stripped out HTML and all that good stuff. Yesterday, we talked about posting ads like I'll bring up the example ad if I can even find it. Oh, here's how I'll find it. Maybe. Holy HUD Batman. Ads like this. Unbelievable deal. Beautiful fireplace, blah, blah, blah. Call text for more pictures or details. Ads like this, right? And posting as often as possible. I don't know, 3 to 5 times a day. If that's possible. Now, I'm saying this full well knowing that, look, it's been a long time since I have consistently posted ads on Craigslist. So it's whatever is possible for you and in your situation. Hey, buddy, I can't. 1 second, everybody. You can't do this to me, pal. When you hear me talking like that, okay?
Whoa, Allie.
Never fails. He almost always, he's coming in like on cue almost every day during these or some other live training or recorded training. Anyway. So yeah, what that exactly looks like, but that there's opportunity there and it's free, right? And I think there's a more opportunity now that things were stripped out and HTML stripped out because people are going to run for the hills. They're not going to be doing it because they're all freaking out that you can't, that you can't have HTML and stuff. So actually, still a fair amount of posting, but it's free, and I still think in a scenario like this, it's something that should be done. Post. Write blog post blog, let's just say that blog daily, okay, at least once per day. Okay, now this could be video blogs, it could be text blogs, it could be any number of things, but the consistency of doing it, and like if you don't know what to blog about, we have had several sessions lately where we've shown you, and in fact I shot a video. In fact, I'll try and find that so I can put that in this doc here. I don't remember what this was called. I'll have to find that link. Is this good? Is this helpful? Is this a helpful topic for folks? Because here's the thing, I'm going to outline this, and there's nothing like magical or stuff that you might it's all stuff that you probably have heard us say before or you may know. The magic happens in doing this consistently over periods of time, not for a week, not even for a month, but for 3 months, 6 months, a year, doing it. Susan, yes, I'll email this once I've done it, and I'll put a link with it to the replay, the recording of this. All right, so we've got the ideas there. We want to syndicate our blog posts, okay, on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, etc. Okay. We want to we're assuming here that we have time and no money, right? We're struggling. So I might even do part of my blogging daily might also you might do a daily market update, screen capture style from your MLS dashboard. Okay. All right. Syndicate. You can also syndicate your blog posts by emailing them. Okay. You may not want to do that with every single blog post. Like Mike Kemper, he's creating a lot of blog posts that he wouldn't necessarily syndicate by sending it out to his email list. They're more of a way to capture more emails by using SEO and so forth. Email at least 3 to 5 times per week, okay? Regardless of what email size. Now, in this case, he's got an email list of about 140. I would updated weekly list, Best Buy / smoking hot deals, and any other compelling content that you create. Maybe the daily market updates. Maybe it's just a weekly market update here, or maybe you do it daily. You might do, I'll just put here, weekly market update, right? Post to the fan page 1 to 2 times a day. He's got 1,800 fans. I would at least, in a given week, I would do at least 2 quote-unquote pitch posts. And a pitch post is where, I think most of you know this by now, but it's a post where, I think I can find one here. There's a lot of posts on this page, and we haven't done one all that recently. Those wings are making me hungry. Right here. So this would be an example of a pitch post. You find a great deal, you create a short, compelling little blurb about it, you post one picture, and call or text me for more details, okay? I wouldn't be doing this every single day. but at least a couple of times a week you can do this. And whoops, that's not what I meant to do. And 6, I would share a pitch post at least once per week to your personal FB profile. Okay. How you do that is, see the share button? You can share it on your timeline. Okay. You know, hey, if you're in the market for a great deal, you could write something like this. If you're in the market for a great deal, check this out. And then what happens is, it doesn't show the preview here, but I'll show you something that I just shared on I shared from a page to my personal profile. It will pull in this here, so you don't have to necessarily do it again, but you could. Right here, and I did actually put it again, but this is the part that is in the post that I shared from another page. Okay, from a page. So yeah. You know, what else you would post in 5? Blog posts, daily, weekly market updates, other fun content, as we've outlined numerous times before, right? Like pictures of local stuff. You can do where in kind of stuff. Gosh, we've gone over this so many times, but I'm drawing a blank right here on some more of what that is. 7. Contacting past clients. And just you know, you may have a script or whatever. Maybe you don't. Just to say hi, right? Just see if they, see how they're doing, see if they, need any help with anything, see how you can be of service to them, and then, low key, subtly asked, do you know anybody who's looking to buy or sell real estate? I'd greatly appreciate the referral. Contact FSBOs. Look, we're assuming you're broke and you have nothing. Maybe you have something else that you can use. Maybe you have Bob's high-tech video program that you can use with FSBOs. Maybe you have Mike Stott's zero resistance FSBO. But even if you don't, you can still contact FSBOs and say, hi. If I brought you a buyer, would you be willing to pay a commission? Right? I mean, there's lots of other stuff you can do if you have those programs, but at a minimum, if you contact let's be more specific here, 3 to 5 FSBOs per day with that message. You send 3 to 5 of that a day, you're going to get 1 to 2 of them reply each day. Might be good, might be bad, but you're going to get into conversations with, low-hanging fruit, people that are apt to do business. I'm just looking at some questions here, sorry. So Mark says a specific question, how is that different from me liking it as me and it's showing up on my newsfeed? No, Mark, you want to share it. Now, I would only do that once a week. I wouldn't do that a lot, but you want to share it. It shows up differently. You definitely want to share it, not just liking it. Mike says that picking up the phone is working as well. Not that it's a ton, but I spent a little over 3 hours talking to people on the phone last week. Okay, last week, not like yesterday. And over 4 hours dialing. I have 2 prospective listings, turned down 4 listings I didn't want to take, land and mobile homes, and picked up 1 buyer that is talking to an LO today. Mike says, and maybe some other people are experiencing this too. I'll have to say it's taking a little longer to get things going this year versus last year at this same time. That's not to say that there's not plenty of opportunity out there, just taking longer from his own personal experience. Thanks for sharing that, Mike. Let's see here. Totally unrelated. Oh, that's okay. What do you think about me appearing at the door of people who responded to Facebook ad "What's Mine Worth" with a Starbucks gift card? I don't think it's a good idea unless you've been in conversation with them. And I don't understand how the Starbucks gift card has what that has to do with anything. I would rather see you show up with something tangible, like a report on 3 things you can do to raise the value of your home if you decide to sell, or when you decide to sell, or something like that. I'd rather it be collateral that is more pertinent and more congruent with what you're doing. You know, what we're doing here with the seller leads. And I would only do that with A, listings that you really wanted, and or B, people that you've at least gotten a conversation with. I would certainly not do that with every single lead. Yeah, Linda's idea was for the Christmas holidays. I understand that. I just don't think it's a cost. I don't think it'll ROI. Yeah, and there's plenty of free things to do instead. I would agree. I would rather see you personally mail them something valuable than to show up at their door. But again, that's just something personally that I've never, ever done and would never personally do. I'm trying to think of what else I would include on here. And does anybody have anything else that you think should be included on here as like a daily action type thing? Again, going from the assumption of like we've got somebody who doesn't have a budget to put into, you know, Facebook ads or any other paid strategies. We're looking for just free stuff where we can leverage existing assets and so forth. Get a call list from your title rep. Can get you any information, including demographics, phone numbers, etc. Okay, so other ideas. Call list from your title rep. So that would be a cold call list. Personally, I wouldn't be super stoked about that. But yeah, if you're so inclined, call expireds. Okay. Again, this isn't something that I personally have a ton of interest with. If you've got a protocol to follow with calling expireds, certainly that is a free thing you can do. We all have a phone. We all have access to expired listings. In this particular person's case, he's in Canada. He would not be able to do that. But are you at all inclined toward open houses and the like? Um, do open houses. I mean, if you have all the time in the world, yeah, I think maybe that's something that makes sense. If you don't have a marketing system around getting people there, I don't think it's worthwhile. But if you've got the ability, and if you can use some of these other things that we've outlined here to do an open house and get people there, I do think it makes sense. So, for example, you might do like either a traditional open house or what I call a private open house at the Smokin' Hot Deal. So let's say you email your list on Wednesday about a Best Buy or a Smokin' Hot Deal, and you tell them, I'm going to be at this property from 5 to 6 o'clock Thursday night, tomorrow night. For the address, you need to RSVP by replying to this email or texting me at this number. Okay? Definitely can work. Some other ideas. I'm going to actually, I'll leave that one there. Property tours. Okay? And what you can do is then you can promote these on blog, fan page, email, personal profile, Craigslist. Okay, so you put together a property tour. Easiest example is we're going to go tour 4 foreclosures Saturday morning from 10 to 12. To get more information, go to this link or call or text me, and I'll give you the full details, like what property we're starting at and so forth. Vicky makes a good point. Open houses don't have to be on Sunday, weeknight evenings, when people are on the way home from work. Here's my personal, I don't think I've ever done an open house on Sunday just because I just don't want to do anything on Sunday. I've got to be honest. I do not. I've just always been like that. I don't like. I refused in college. I would do work on Sunday nights, but man, during the day, I just want to chill, right? I want to watch baseball or I want to watch football, and I just kind of want to veg out, right? Just me personally speaking here. But Vicky's bringing up a great point, and that's what I would call private open houses. So if you had a Smokin' Hot Deal, what I would do is I would call the listing agent and say, look, I've got a couple different people interested in your property. Can I just book a showing window of 5 to 6 o'clock, Thursday night, or 7, 8 o'clock Thursday night? It's obviously easier if the property's vacant, but it can work regardless. As long as the listing agent is, amenable to it. And it's a great point, Vicky. Catch people on their way home. I think 5 to 6 o'clock, people coming home, maybe it's on their way, that kind of thing. I think it's, do an open house with another struggling agent. Know the neighborhood and have a list of all active homes. When someone comes and doesn't like the home, get their info and take them to other homes in the area. It works great in a higher listing neighborhood and split all the commissions. That's beautiful. So there's 2 of you there. So one of you can take, the person, have the list there. You're going over and above. This is a great idea, Mike. Thanks for sharing. You're going over and above what people normally do. Oh, you don't like the home? Oh, sorry. But then instead you have, here's information about other listings in the neighborhood. They're obviously somewhat interested in the neighborhood and that kind of home. So that's a wonderful idea, Mike. It's weird. I've never heard of that before. But that's so simple and such a good idea. Some of the best ideas are the simple ones. I love this one. Do an open house in a USDA area and advertise 0 down. That is a great one, right? Now, not all of you will be able to do that because some of you are not in an area where there's anywhere close that is USDA zoned. And for this fella, that we were running the scenario on, he's in Canada. They probably don't have that. And I don't know that they've ever had, I guess at some point they've had 0 down. But that is a wonderful, wonderful idea. And so then, again, you would do these things to promote the open house, right? Super, super idea, Mike. Wow. Scott says he's cold called the Yellow Pages during bold training and could usually get a lead every 30 people or so. Good on you, Scott. I don't care what training I'm taking. It'd be a struggle for me to do that. Anybody else have any thoughts or ideas? I think this is a pretty good start here. And the cool thing is, if you do this, ideally what's going to happen is, hopefully we get some now business and get some now business fast. But if you do this, you're going to create assets and you're going to be growing your assets so that you can hopefully create a snowball effect. You're posting content to your blog, you're posting content to your fan page, you're creating videos. You're hopefully getting more clients, which then means more past clients for you to call and talk to and so forth. Again, all of this, I'm sure for most of you, none of this is like a new idea. The point is to do it consistently, to do it every day, day after day, week after week, month after month. And that's the hard part. That's the hard part. For yours truly included. During the open house, walk 10 houses on both sides of the open house, inviting those people to the private open. Absolutely. Because here's the thing. Some of those people know somebody who might be inclined to move into the neighborhood, right? And you get into, some of those people might want to sell. Am I going to post this to the Retech site? Yes, Paul. I will post this with the recording of this training. So I'll post it in the strategy session area. It'll have a link to watch the video, and I'll have a link to this document. What should we call this? Daily, weekly action plan for struggling agent. Is that fair to call it that? Let me grab. I want to grab the link for where to optimize the blog, which was a task up here. Put strategy session here. Anybody else have any thoughts? Oh, I haven't posted it yet, Kathy, but I can, I don't know why I didn't think of that. I'll post the link in the chat also right now. I've been saying that I'll post it in the strategy session, but I'll post it right now in that should work for everybody. Should work. This is just a good thing in general from Mike. Something that I did last week. I printed this out on cardstock and placed it on my desk, tent-shaped. Is what I'm doing right now a money-making activity? Is what I'm doing right now a money-making activity? Again, is what I'm doing right now a money-making activity? Scott, I'm chatting you right now. Any email you have will get to me, but I'm sure it does, Mike. I'm sure it does. In fact, I probably need to post something like that because I can get stuck going down rabbit holes that ultimately, if I look at it like what is this really going to accomplish if I do this thing? If am I really focusing on the right thing? Oh, Vicky, I like this. I get a lot of blog exposure when I put my post on my Trulia blog. I put a picture and one sentence about the post with a link to the full story. Huh. Uh, 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 Syndicate. Let's add that to the syndicate. Trulia, Active Rain. Anywhere else that would be useful to syndicate blog posts to? In anybody's experience? That's a great tip, Vicky. Thanks for sharing. Love it. Love it. Pinterest, yes, good call. Good call, Kathy. Thanks for sharing as well. Sometimes, brain's not working. Does anyone else have anything related to this topic or unrelated to this topic? What's the easiest way to send blog to all places at one time? There is none. There is none. Here's what I've found. The things that make it easy also make it ineffective. It's worth the 5, 10, 15 minutes to personally, manually syndicate it to those places because the results you will get are much greater. Now, the one thing I will say is that 3 things that you can do very easily if you're using the viral blogging platform or quote unquote the blog beast is you can click like +1 and you can tweet them right there. And I would recommend that you all do that with every one of your posts. Aside from that, I would still manually syndicate them. Scott, just go ahead and email me the code. You know what? I did see it and I forgot to respond. Just go ahead and email me the HTML web form code, and I can make you one for sure. Susan, if I have 2 blogs, how do I reblog the post to my second blog? That is a good question. I do not know. Let me see here. I'm not sure if you can. That's a great question. You should be able to, but I'm not sure that you can right this second. Let's see. Because the problem will be, I don't know that you'll have the reblog button on your own content. And in that case, I might take the exact content and post it on the other blog and write a little summary at the beginning or the end to make it at least somewhat unique. I'm trying to see a public post of mine. I've been extremely busy this week. I haven't done any traditional posts. I've been making content. Oh, man. Oh. Is that mine? Oh. Okay. So let's see if this works. Reblog. You have to create a new message title and a new description, and then you would just choose the other blog. So you would choose public blog, and you would select the other blog. That makes sense? No, Susan, you only see, the only post you see in your activity feed are yours, your quote unquote sponsor, and anyone that you have sponsored, right? So the reason you're seeing tons in here is because you're seeing my sponsors, my posts, and all, and I don't even know that it's all, but all, quote unquote, all underneath me, directly underneath me. Susan, I think you're signed up under the Agent Wolf account, so yes and no. But I wasn't logged in under the Agent Wolf account right then. Anyone else have any questions, comments, concerns, etc., etc., etc.? Well, I hope this was helpful. I haven't done anything. We haven't done anything quite like this in a while, so I hope this was helpful. I will get the replay posted. I think I owe you yesterday's replay in there as well, which I'll do that. I'll get both of those up hopefully later today or first thing tomorrow morning at the latest. I'll also get a link to this document, and I believe Ryan's back tomorrow, but we'll see. I think he's flying today, back from NAR. All right, thanks everybody. Talk tomorrow.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected.